inkproducts.com has now released its newest refill kit for the Epson Workforce Pro 4630 and 4640. Now this is a new design by Epson, and now they've added rotating serial numbers. In other words, once the chip has been used, it cannot be used again. So even the aftermarket, the chips, once they're used, they cannot be used over and over again. Now I just set this printer up, and I already started running solid black. Now these are the starter cartridges, or the standard cartridges that come with the printer. And I've got about 100 sheets I've run, and my ink level has moved down that much. Because the chips we're using are XL, you're going to get a lot more out of it than you would the standard. Now I'm going to show you inside their cartridge. A little plastic bag, no ink. This already reported there was no ink. You can't fill them, you can't reset the chip, you can't do anything for them. Now a set of our replaceable chips, it's about $15 or $16. A set of XL cartridges would cost you around $170. Now what's going to happen when the black goes down all the way, or whatever color, okay, then you're going to replace all the chips at once and check that the cartridges, if they need to be refilled. You cannot mix the chip numbers. In other words, random numbers, because you'll be so out of sync you won't know what number you need. Now all our chips, we do have a number, a set number on it. So it's set 1, set 2, set 3, and so forth. But you're going to save still a ton of money in buying the Epsons. Now I weighed this cartridge here. It only weighed 2.225 ounces. That's the cartridge with the ink in it. There's no ink in them. Now these are refillable cartridges. They hold 110 milliliters of ink. Quite a bit of ink. So when you take it out to look at it, I've been using this, it's barely used any ink. And this is my second or third set of chips. Okay, now I'm going to continue to run it, and because of the video I can't wait, well, it would just take too long. So I'm going to run it, and I'm going to show you what happens when it says it cannot recognize, and that'll be the time you want to go in and check the ink levels and replace all the cartridges. Now the cartridges are going to come on little clips. It's easy to do, they just snap on. I'll show you that in the video. High quality plain paper. And I find that if you do that, you'll actually save ink because you'll do less cleanings. If you set it on draft, forget it. These XL chips, these COC Smart chips, are working excellent. No batteries, no nothing you have to worry about. Just when it says if black says, or whatever color says, it cannot be recognized, you take them out, you replace all the chips, one whole set at a time. Costs you about $15, $16. It's better than buying a whole set of Epson cartridges. Now you already own this printer, that's how you have to do it. There's no other economical way. Now the Canon Maxify MB5020 is far superior to this printer. You don't have to worry about these rotating chips or lockouts or firmware. They're constantly changing the firmware to lock you out. And then also, I want to point out, you have a waste box around the back. You got to replace them. It's another added cost. Now, fortunately, we have our own waste box that has a resettable chip, so that's okay. You can still use the printer and buy our box, or we make a chip resetter that'll reset that chip, whichever way you want to go. Now, it's going to take some time, so from time to time I'll start the camera up and bring you back and show you whereabouts we are at the time. Running nothing but solid black, but I noticed my colors are also going down. I have no idea why. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're running solid blacks to see how many we can get out of that, because Epson bases their coverage on either 5 or 8% original. Well, that's, you know, that's like 2 lines of type. So we're going to keep running it till we get cannot recognize. Then I'll show you how to take it out and replace the chips, look at the ink levels of the cartridges, and then go from there. It's going to pop up. It says you need to replace the following ink cartridge or cartridges, showing the black. Now what we're going to do is take it out and we're going to replace all the chips and then start all over again. Get that chip off. Now I'll be able to slide the new chip on. If you look at the chip, we have a chip number or a serial number on every chip. You cannot use the same chip over and over again. See if I can come up there. This is chip 150. Now you're not going to get 150 in the beginning. This is how high our chip serial numbers are right now. We're going to go all the way up to 200 or more. Chips, we can close it up. Let's see, the camera will come up for the ink levels. We're all full again.